So here's the thing, Intel and Omen sent me an email recently and said, look, we've got a box for you to unbox somewhere in London. So here I am in London, in the back streets of London, and let's find that box then. What's this then? A printer? Don't think so. Look at that. Laptop. What you also get with the laptop, apparently, is this headset. HyperX Cloud 2. Here's the laptop. Some literature. One cable. And the power brick. 280 watts. So, looks like this PC is gonna pack a lot of power. Intel inside. That's always good news for creators. Let's check this out. Designed and engineered by HP. Would you look at that? Let's take a look. Ooh. That is a massive display. We've got an Intel inside. This is an i7 model, but if I remember correctly, you can get up to i9, 13900HX CPU. There's NVIDIA GPU here as well inside. Look at that. That's a 4080 in a laptop here. And the screen is 240 Hertz. Obviously for creators, this is a little bit of an overkill, but if you're a gamer and you love a lot of frames, then you're probably gonna love this screen. It's a 1440p display, 240 Hertz. Everything feels super smooth. Like when I'm moving the mouse around here, everything's very smooth. So why is this laptop a little bit of an interesting one for creators? Because you're thinking, look at this. This is a cyber cafe gaming event. I'm probably the only creator here in this event talking about creator things. It's because often what you get with the gaming laptops, you get a lot more power than in the creator focused laptops, because as you can see here, look at the cooling. The cooling sticks out past the screen because they want to put the best cooling for the GPU and have the GPU as cool as possible, because, you know, for gamers it's good to, you know, have it cool down. But often the same heat pipes go over the CPU as well, which means you've got better cooling also for the CPU. And for creators, you know, we want the 4080, which means you've got dual encoders from NVIDIA on laptop. So if you're exporting video, that gets super fastly done. Plus, if you got the Intel CPUs here, you can get Intel QuickSync, which means that you get super smooth timeline performance when you're video editing in Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve. But the interesting thing is, because it's an HX CPU, you might be also to tune it a little bit more, which we'll probably look into in another video. When I'm looking at the laptop here, whoa, that's interesting. That's very good. The design has changed a lot. Do you remember when gaming laptops used to be like lots of bling and blang and lots of RGB and lots of curves? But look at the minimal design of this. The top here, there's no RGB. It just says Omen in here. Nice matte black design. Even looking around, it's very nice and boxy design of the laptop. You wouldn't say this is a gaming laptop packing that much power, looking that small, but it still has 16 inches of display. I've always said that, like, for creators, you want something that's like a nice design, and this does look very nice. Let's take a look at the ports here. On the left side, we've got a headphone and mic combo jack. We've got two Thunderbolt 4 ports, which for creators is incredible, because you can expand the storage, you can have whatever things plugged in here. These are amazing ports there. On the back of the laptop, we've got a USB Type A port. I'm not sure the speed here. I'm guessing this is 5 or 10 gigabits in speed. We've got HDMI 2.1. We've got an RJ45 port here for Ethernet and LAN, and which is interesting, kind of like a combo jack. It kind of a smaller port, but it opens up and holds your port, like the cable actually in. Then we've got the power cable input for your DC in here, 280 watts, which means you get a lot of power, combined CPU and GPU power. And then we've got another USB Type-A port here, and looks like you've got power delivery here as well. If you want to check it out, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Let's talk about the CPU a little bit, because remember when we used to have like 8-core laptop CPUs? You've got 8 cores on laptop, and that was pretty much it, right? This one goes up to i9 13900HX, and if you don't know the 13900HX specs, then that is 24 cores and 32 threads on a laptop. On a laptop, that's absolutely insane. And because Intel's got the big core and small core kind of features, so you've got the big performance cores, small E cores, what you can do, which I have found is absolutely amazing, is that once you've done video editing in Premiere Pro, for example, where you use a lot of the P cores all the time because the performance cores go up to 5 point something gigahertz, and then you've got the E cores that are really for rendering, but they're really powerful. When you press export on that video on Premiere Pro, it sends it to Media Encoder, and when you press render out on Media Encoder, what happens is the laptop automatically on the processor switches over from P cores to E cores. So now your P cores are completely free, they don't do anything, but the E cores take over all the rendering on them, and then it uses obviously the GPU as well, your Mercury playback and render acceleration. But what that means is now you can go back to another video in Premiere Pro and start editing, and it feels like you've got nothing doing in the background while you might be rendering a 4K video in the background and you feel nothing. That is absolutely amazing, and that's why having a lot of cores on the Intel, like a laptop like this one is very, very important. So I'll grab some B-roll with this. All right, just B-roll, yeah. Okay, I said I'm gonna film some B-roll, but it's not gonna be a video of Tech Notice until we open it up. All right. There we go. It actually comes out quite easily. It's very nicely clipped in, and it feels like you're breaking it, but you're not actually breaking it. So what we can see inside here, first of all, is you've got 2 DDR5 SODIMM slots, as you can see. There we go. You've got one in here. They're using a Samsung 16 gigabytes, 4800 DDR5 here. Okay. And then you've got another one in here, so potentially you can upgrade it to 64 gigabytes, or if I'm not sure if it supports the 48 gigabyte modules of these, then potentially you can even get 96 gigabytes of RAM, which is absolutely amazing. So as you can see here, we've got the vapor chamber, if I'm not mistaken, one in here, and then another one in here, 2 massive heat pipes running through here, and then a third one goes in here, and then a 4th one in here, and then dual fans. It blows out the heat that way and then this way. We also have 2 M.2 SSDs here. I bet these are both Gen 4 SSDs. 2 screws. Okay, that's the OS SSD. And I suspect this here is exactly the same. So if you pull this one off here, look here, you can see that you can build your own. Open this one up. As you can see, you've got a bit of a thermal pad here that goes on the top and then goes over it. Nothing underneath really, but you don't have chips underneath anyway, so it does go in there. I guess we could open it up because it just clicks in gently, does it? Oh, there we go. Look at that, look at that. Okay. There we go. There we go. There it is. Oh, look at that, Samsung SSD. So what is it, 980 Pro, I bet? Yeah, it's like the commercial version of a 980 Pro. It says Gen 4X4 slot. But it's cool that it actually does take some of the heat away here as well. And then now let's plug it back inside. The battery here is 83 watt hours. It could be a little bit bigger. As you can see, there is a bit of space for it to be bigger. It would be nice if this was 100 watt hours So it's the maximum that you can go onto the aircraft with on a laptop. You've got 2 speakers down here. Then I think these vents are on the other side there as well. Some kind of speakers in there. Oh, it's trying to turn on, so I'll close it again. And that's the laptop from the inside.